ब्रह्मचर्य व्रती दंडी सर्ववेदांत पंडित श्रीमद्विवेक योगी मां प्रचोदयतु सर्वदा. We had been introducing ourselves to Bharat through the vision, the writings of Swami Vivekananda. Now we have come almost to the sort of what in our series we consider as the introduction to the practical aspects. That is, hereafter, from the next class onwards probably, we will enter into the path of the yogas, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga and Jnana Yoga. How Swamiji's insights combines the great Indian tradition with the most modern practical approach to life. That is what glorifies Swami Vivekananda. Now, when we speak of him, we say he harmonized East and the West, science and religion, science and spirituality, and so on. So, in now what we are going to start from next class onwards, we shall enter into the 4 yogas, how he presented it to the world and made them understand that this is not any trickery, this is not any magic, this is the real approach to religion, to spirituality, to enlightenment, to unfoldment of the divinity within you. So that is how he is going to present the 4 yogas. So here almost we have come to the sort of, we cannot say the real conclusion or something. In our series we can say we are coming to the conclusion of the introduction. So here we are talking about Parabrahman and Brahman and Atman and all that. He makes a very interesting observation. In one place he says, in the highest reality of Parabrahman there is no distinction of sex. Many people ask, no, can women do that? Can women practice yoga? Can women meditate? Now women are doing everything. They are going to fly, they are going to navigate the ships and whatnot. We have a very good friend who is a navigator of a captain of a ship. And she did wonderful things when some catastrophe occurred. So there is nothing that women cannot do. Only thing is we kept them suppressed. Now they have started coming up. And imagine if they absorb these Vedantic ideals also. That the truth is within, there is a dynamo of divinity within. All this will make them doubly charged. And when the women in the home takes up to the Vedantic ideals, spiritual ideals in living and transacting their lives, whole family's nature will be changed. Behavior of the children, their personality, their self-confidence, their self-reliance, everything will change. So, this is a very important lesson, Swamiji. It's a gift of Swamiji to us women when he emphasizes in the highest reality of the Parabrahman, there is no distinction of sex. We notice this only in the relative plane, and the more the mind becomes introspective, the more that idea of difference vanishes. Ultimately, when the mind is wholly merged in the homogeneous and undifferentiated Brahman, such ideas that this is a man or that is a woman, they do not remain at all. Shri Ramakrishna had raised the minds of his disciples into that level. Holy Mother herself, she was part of his spiritual self. No, there was no distinction between man and women. Therefore I say, Swamiji adds, that though outwardly there may be difference between men and women, in the real nature there is none. Hence, if a man can be a knower of Brahman, why cannot a woman attain to the same knowledge? This is what we have in our Vedic tradition. Gargi, Maitreyi, I think I have spoken about both of them in some of my talks. Gargi is the person who questions Yajnavalkya and milked the cow of Vedanta and got the nectar of Akshara Brahma. A wonderful definition of Akshara Brahma. 26 epithets to describe the Akshara Brahma. But still it is indescribable. But still he tries to explain the Akshara Brahma, and that is a gift through Gargi the whole humanity has received. What exactly is Parabrahma? How exactly it will look like? How exactly it behave? So, similarly, through Maitreyi, we got another wonderful knowledge. Atmavat. Look at everything as your own Atma. A great strength comes to the mind of a woman if she can look at everything, her husband, her children, her family members, as Atma. Kapila has taught this to Devahuti, Athamam Sarvabhuteshu Bhutatmanam Kritalayam Arhayed. That is how he tells his mother. So, this is a wonderful gift of Swamiji to women. It is because I have seen this that I ask you also earnestly to do likewise. And he was so much for girls' education, and that is why he brought Sister Nivedita to India to start girls' school. So that is something which a pat for we women, that in the world of spirituality we are at par with women. And in this conclusion, let us once again remind ourselves, renunciation. Renunciation is the crest jewel of Indian spirituality. And Swamiji says, this I found to perfection in my own Guru Shri Ramakrishna, who was perfect in renunciation. Absolutely no thought of anything else at all other than, for him, the God represented as mother, mother, mother. So, tyagene amritatva manashu, that has to become very much part of our understanding. India is as different from other countries of the world. There is something unique in our motherland. This is the land of renunciation. Amongst crores of people destroying themselves through addiction to sensual pleasures and other material pursuits, still there exists a minority who are ready to give up everything and dedicate their lives for realization of truth. It is they who have kept the torch of light of truth, Satya, burning bright in this land. The various sannyasi orders, the Ramakrishna Center which Swamiji has started, the Vivekananda Kendra which Manya Egnaji has started. In all these places we find there are men and women who said no to a worldly life and were ready to follow the path of renunciation and service. So, this Atman, let us remember this as the last word of this introduction. This Atman is not to be reached by too much talking, or is it to be reached by the power of intellect, nor by such study of the scriptures. Nay, ours is the only scripture in the world that declares, not even by the study of the scriptures can the Atman be realized. Not talks, not lecturing, none of that, but it is to be realized. It comes from the teacher to the disciple. When this insight comes to the disciple, everything is cleared up and realization follows. Nayam atma pravachanena libhyo na medhaya na bahuna shrudena bahuna rutena. So, with this we come to this introductory portion of our great motherland's spiritual treasure, what Mother India is.